there's a very fine line between social work and counselling. Social work is, you kind of don't go and hire a social worker. You might go for counselling or psychotherapy or something, but generally social work steps in when there's some need that's going on that isn't easily fixed by counselling or psychotherapy or whatever. It's slightly different. It operates in that kind of structural real world. It can be very process driven. And
it's heavy work.
It can be.
It's heavy work in all areas. Obviously, working in a hospital, you would have been working with patients who have experienced trauma and then breakdowns and
all sorts of
like
stuff.
we're talking about, you've been in Australia recently.
Yes.
And if you want to share on that.
Oh, the dude on the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we were just having a talk about an event that happened on a beach while I was on holiday. And, where you look at that as an ambulance crew and where it might be for the other people involved. We turned up at a beautiful, beautiful beach, and it became apparent after about the first swim that something was going on. And there was people running, and it's like, what's going on? They said, oh, man's been pulled out of the water. He's unresponsive. And I do you think they need an EMT? And she's like, are you an EMT? I went, yeah. And she went, get over there. So I very classily ran down the beach in my bikini.
Cue the Baywatch theme song.
Cue the Baywatch theme song, please. It's not how I looked. I know it's not. But yeah, and I became part of a team that was me, off-duty EMT, another off-duty EMT, an off-duty nurse, and then there was some paramedics and an EMT who turned up who were obviously on duty. And we're just talking about the fact that this man, I suspect, didn't make it. They put him in the ambulance, I think, to get him away from public view. His wife was there. It was awful.
Traumatic, beach
very
fellas,
traumatic.
families.
Yeah, people, they kept trying to pull people away, but people like to watch. But we were just saying, I came away later and, people were like, are you okay? And it's like, this is what I do for a job. Although I did notice what it was like not to have my crew around to reflect on that job. But, we were just saying there was Joe Public on the beach. There was a bunch of they were mainly young men actually, because they were fit and strong, doing the chest compressions on this man for half an hour. And they all just get to walk away. And it's like, wow, how was that for them?
And carry on with their day.
Carry on with your day. Just go back to your beach.
And just pretend like nothing happened and I'm okay and that's not going to affect me.
Go and have a beer. You've just seen somebody die in public. But you'll be right.
But we'll just put them in the ambulance so you don't have to.
Yes, it was interesting. They put him in the ambulance, and I sort of said to my husband, I don't think that's a good outcome. And we saw the ambulance later, and it clearly had not gone screaming off to hospital with its lights on.
But again, at the same time, there's protocols and procedures and things.
Absolutely.
Like, not only are you dealing on the patient who's in whatever situation it is, cardiac arrest or what have you, drowning, you've got to protect yourself and your co-workers and Joe Public, like you say.